We just climbed so high.
For the last 2 weeks, we spent our time on Vancouver Island and then ferried back and spent a day in Vancouver, and now it's time to continue north towards Alaska. For the next few days, we'll be traveling Highway 99, also known as the Sea to Sky Highway. This highway starts in West Vancouver and ends in Whistler, and while there's so much to do and see on this highway, we have our eyes set on Alaska and we only have time for a few things. We're starting our Sea to Sky Highway adventures off at Porteau Cove Provincial Park. It's less than an hour from Vancouver and it's known for its amazing views amongst its rocky beach, and it's also a great scuba diving spot because there are 2 sunken ships off of the shore.
The hike that we're doing is the Lookout Trail. It's an easy 2-kilometer trail. It's pet friendly. It starts right from the campground and it leads to a lookout over the water. For such a short hike, it's definitely rewarding. Once you go through the campground, it leads you to this viewing deck where you can see all the beautiful mountains and trees and stunning water. While walking on the trail, we noticed a few things about the campground. The first thing is that it's fully booked, which makes sense because it's absolutely beautiful right on the water. You have great views of the mountains and just the surrounding areas. But the downfalls are that there's a train that kind of goes right through the campground, and it's also right on the highway, so I'm sure it's pretty loud. We're not staying here tonight. We're actually driving 10 minutes up the road to our next spot. Just 10 minutes up the road is Murrin Provincial Park, and as you can tell, it's very busy. It's been busy since the 60s because there is so much to do here, from swimming, hiking, rock climbing, and so much more. Well, we wish we had time to do everything. We only have time to do a hike, so we're gonna do one of the hikes here. We've decided to do the Murrin Loop and Jurassic Ridge Trail. This trail brings you up about 2 kilometers and gives you a beautiful view of the water.
How crazy is this? And it's actually very steep. I'm literally on my tippy toes the entire time. It's kind of windy.
The trail to get up here was so unique. There was a part that had a rope because it was like kind of straight up. You didn't really need to use it. You could use it to kind of help you or not. And there was also iron rungs. There was just a couple of them to help you get up the rocks in a couple different spots. So it definitely was a little bit of a scramble to get to the top, but the views are so stunning. The lake is gorgeous. It's just honestly such a great trail. But believe it or not, with how sunny it is actually a little bit after 7 p.m. So we're gonna hurry down the mountain and find our spot for the night. There actually are a lot of campgrounds in the area that have really great reviews, but we came across a review on iOverlander for Walmart, and basically people were saying it's like a campground in itself, 70 plus RVs, and we figured, hey, if there's a lot of other campers there and it's like a campground, we might as well just go there.
2, 3, 4, 23, 24, 25, 26. 63, 64, 65 including us. We're gonna be staying at this Walmart with 65 other campers. We have never seen this many campers at a Walmart in Gallup, New Mexico. I think we saw about 20 or 30, but we had so much fun today and we have huge plans tomorrow, and so we need to get to sleep early.
While we may be standing in the Sky Gondola parking lot, we actually are not taking the gondola. To take the gondola, it's actually 65 Canadian per person, which is a little bit steep for us. So we've decided to take the less steep financially option, but the more steep physically option and hike to the top. We're getting ready to start the Sea Summit Trail. This trail is a 6.5 kilometer trail and it brings you to the top where the gondolas go. We have a feeling this is going to be the most epic hike we've done so far in BC.
With how high the gondola goes, this trail is rated as a hard, and I think we're approaching the part that everyone complains about. On all the reviews it says either the first 20 or 40 minutes is miserable, and then after that, if you get past it, you'll be happy because it's a little bit of up and down. So I think this might be the hard part with the stairs, but the only way to know is to go for it. For the first 20 to 40 minutes, as I mentioned, those steps are really killer. We did them in 25 minutes and then approached this sign, Stilemus Chief. Those steps actually are a shared trail between the Sea Summit Trail and the Stilemus Chief Trail, but here is where we turn, and as you see, take the Sea Summit Trail, and it should be a lot easier from here on out.
The steps might be over, but the climbing is not. We're still going up. The chains definitely did help you get up, but you didn't really need them. Now we're standing in front of Upper Shannon Falls. We actually were planning on hiking to Lower Shannon Falls after, but with this view, I don't know if we'll need to. But if you are in the area and you want to do a shorter hike, Shannon Falls is a very short hike and it's very beautiful, and you'll see the bottom of this waterfall.
As we continue to climb in elevation, the view keeps getting better and better. I'm pretty sure this is the same water that we went to the lookouts over yesterday, but this view beats those. Of course, if you cannot do this trail because of the difficulty or you just don't have the time, the other trails are absolutely great, but I think this is probably, like we said earlier, gonna be the best trail we've done so far in BC.
Almost to the top, and then we came to this little opening where you could see the sky and see around you a little bit, and the gondola is actually all the way up there. I don't even know if you could see it, so we definitely still have a long ways to go, but we're doing good. We just had a snack, we're pushing through, but it's killer. We just made it to the top and we're right where the gondolas come and go. It is so cool up here. The views are absolutely beautiful, and one of the main attractions is this suspension bridge right behind me, so we're gonna check that out and some of the other things up here and just relax a little bit after that steep hike.
Now we're on the suspension bridge and so many people are going back and forth, and this one is probably the wobbliest one we've been on in BC. So coolest hike, wobbliest suspension bridge, but the view is just, you can't even describe it. I mean, While the suspension bridge is one of the main attractions while you're up here, there are also hikes if you decide to take the gondola up. There are many hikes to do. It's a playground for kids. There's something for everybody up here. But the only thing we're going to be doing after that steep hike is the suspension bridge and then checking out the restaurant. The lodge up here is so nice. It has a restaurant, it has a bar, it has a gift shop, and it's beautiful. So I see why they charge $65 a person to get up here, and it's really busy. And I didn't see any of these people on the trail, but we're sitting here enjoying some beers before we take a ride down.
We got our gondola tickets for the way back down. It is $20 a person to go back down if you were to hike up and then just go down. If you were to go up and down, it would have costed a lot more, so we ended up actually saving $80, doing an epic hike, and now we're really excited to take the gondola back.
It's crazy to think about. We hiked all the way up here from all the way down there, and this gondola is so fast, and it's like literally the speed of light compared to how long it took us to get up. After a strenuous hike, a beautiful view, a nice gondola ride down, we came into Squamish to try something that we've seen everywhere, and it's Alice and Brohm. This place specializes in a certain kind of ice cream, but before we talk about that, let's talk about something else that we did get here. And this is a sweet ice cream with cold brew poured over top. We weren't quite expecting them to literally just pour cold brew over the ice cream, but hopefully that melts and makes it nice and sweet, and the caffeine should help us out for the rest of the day. But what we really came here for was the real fruit ice cream. They literally blend fruit into an ice cream in front of you, and then they put it in this cone. And so we're so excited to try it. We got the strawberry, there's blackberry, raspberry, blueberry. We are huge strawberry fans, so that's what we went with. But enough of the talking, let's try it. That is smooth, creamy. You can literally taste like the little bits and fibers of the strawberry, and then the strawberry flavor isn't too overwhelming, so it's a nice blend. This fruit ice cream is super popular in New Zealand. It's a good thing we didn't have to hike up to the top of the mountain and travel to New Zealand to get this. We just had to hike up, gondola down, and now we're blessed with this amazing dessert.
The New Zealand fruit ice cream is really good, definitely 10 out of 10. I thought that it might be a little bit more tart and not as sweet, so I'm a really big sweet girl, so I didn't know if it was gonna be sweet enough, but it's definitely really good. And this coffee pour over the ice cream literally kind of just tastes like a frozen coffee with it kind of just tastes like coffee with the cream, but frozen. It's really, really good.
It's been raining all morning, which has allowed us to get some work done, but the sun has finally come out to play, and we have one more thing to do on our Sea to Sky Highway adventure before we make our way to Whistler.
After yesterday's difficult hike, we knew today we didn't want to do anything too crazy, so we are at Brandywine Falls Provincial Park, and we are doing a 15-minute walk to the falls.
Brandywine Falls is actually 70 meters tall, and as it continues to flow over the hard rock and soft rock shelf, it continues to break away at the canyon, making the canyon wider over time.
Sea to Sky Highway journey journey. It is so beautiful here. This waterfall is absolutely amazing. But the next time we see you, we will be in Whistler, headed north.